Hey everybody, so I wanted to talk a minute about the shift from donations and service work to paid services in making sure you keep service work a priority and a kind of the forefront of what you're doing. I've worked with a lot of people. I see a lot of people growing, expanding, creating their own services, a lot of donation based types of things. Now, I started off donation based. I'm very adamant about donation based and accessibility. Accessibility is a big one for me, of the content, of the skills, the techniques, the knowledge that should be for everybody because knowledge should be free. Knowledge should be free. Your energy is different. Your energy, your skill set, that's different. Your craft is the word coming to mind because your craft is something that you develop over time, that you become an expert as you put those 10,000 hours in, you become a you know expert. So I started off with spirit art, and I was working in a space where I was like, I'm just going to put this out there for free, donation based, because I wanted people to experience it. What happened is that I ended up with so many people reaching out, a lot of them, and I have no ill will towards this type of thing. I'm just bringing awareness to it. A lot of people were just there because it was free. They see free and they're just like, oh, give me, I'll take one. Others are there because they truly want to expand. They truly want to know who's around them, that type of thing. They're on a spiritual journey. So you get a mix when you're doing something for free and donation based type of thing. So I got to the point where, I mean, I spent 6 months doing free art, I think, you know, three to 6 months. And then I started, my guides want, put out a colored reading, pencils, colors, I was just doing marker, I think, in the beginning. And so I put that out and I charged for it. And I had, I think, three drawings for $111. And that got to a point where I was putting so much energy into the work, but the value wasn't balanced. The energy to the value, the energy exchange wasn't balanced. So my guides had always put a number out there, and I knew sooner or later the numbers would hit this, and I was like, okay, well, I can't do that number. I can't do this number for a spirit art reading. And they go, why not? And I go, because it has to be accessible. People have to be able to access my services, access my energy in a way that still promotes growth and expansion, new earth community, heaven on earth creation, that sort of thing. So they went, okay. So we took the spirit art readings and we went from 3 for 111 to just 111 for one. It spent some time there. And while I was doing that, readings were coming in. Free art kind of went to the wayside a little bit. It weeded stuff out. And I went, okay, I have to focus on service work. Now, service work, remember, is this capacity for us to do what we're meant to do, our purpose work for free without expectation, no energy exchange, just helping people grow and expand. And you always have to ask yourself, what are you doing for service work? It could be a number of things. You could be gridding light. I grid light all day long, wherever I'm going. I was doing it today. They took me down a random road. And I'm like, why am I here? They're like connecting the light grid. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Gridding light. It could be content creation like I do here on YouTube, on Instagram. It could be free services that you offer. But why am I talking about this? Because there's this struggle that we have in the lightworker community. We want to do everything for free. I still want to give my stuff for free. We also have to be provided for in this three-dimensional world we're trying to restructure, shift into a new space, and turn into this heaven on earth concept. We're not to the space that a lot of us want to be. So we have to balance it. We have to create balance. And I'm bringing this into the awareness of light workers so that they understand there comes a point where you can't really do free donation based just that. You have to be able to provide for yourself if you want to escape the three-dimensional job structure. A lot of people are offering their services for free, but working a three-dimensional job and saying, hey, why can't I get out of that job? Well, because you have to start valuing the exchange, valuing the energy exchange to get you out of that job, to shift you into a space where you can provide for yourself, to shift the energy so that the job is not providing for you and the energy is placed in that space where you can provide for yourself from the space you want to provide yourself for yourself from, which is your services. This is a confusion of the labels we have. We have services and we have service work. Service work is service to humanity work. And so I got into this space of like, okay, how do I do this? How do I get to the goals that spirit keeps telling me certain things need to be valued a certain monetary ways? How do I get there? Because I needed to grow a community. I needed to do my service work to provide information. How do I do that? And they went, start building the community. Get on Instagram, get on TikTok, get on these different places, start building the community, create content for free. And so I put out tons of content for free. I keep trying to generate it. And I'm honestly, I'm behind on getting things posted to TikTok and YouTube, but the the idea is keep generating ways for people to access information for free. Service to humanity work. When somebody asks me a question in my DM, I don't just charge them. I don't. A lot of readers immediately go, "Oh, you have to pay for a reading." I I take a look at the question and I go, "Okay, can I answer this? Do I have video content? Do I have something free?" I do that first. If I have something free, I point them there. And then I say, if you feel you need a reading, come to me later. Everything is prioritized by what do you need? Do you need a reading, or can I get you the information for free? Can I get you the expansion for free? Service work, service to humanity. And so I see a lot more light workers coming online, a lot more people coming online and just doing donation based only. For me and the space that I'm in, that created a flood of energy, that created so much energy that it just didn't have capacity to handle all of it incoming. So I had to create queues for spirit art, and then finally I just had to say no more free spirit art because I just couldn't handle the influx and the lack of balance because there wasn't an energy exchange coming in. And so keep this in mind that you as a energy worker, you do have to value your energy. Money, as much as people hate money, it is a valuation of the love and energy that you put into something. It is a valuation of that we can exchange in a physical way to, you know, get us a house, get us more things to embrace our authenticity, shift our lives in a variety of ways. And a lot of people, they're saying, want to demonize money without understanding the energetic symbolism of money. Now, we will shift away from that physical dollar, so to speak, at some point, not now, but in the near future. And even when we do that shift, there will be an energetic, there will be a representation of energetic value. And to understand that, and to understand it's okay to shift. It's okay to start with something where you're doing it for free, no expectation, to shift it to something where you're like, okay, now I have to charge XYZ because I'm shifting out of a three-dimensional job into a spiritual one. And then to shift and go, okay, well, I need to raise this price higher. I need to do this and energetically align more value to what you're doing because it is energetically value. But, but, never lose focus of service work. There are so many people in the spiritual community who lose focus of service to humanity work. They focus on the dollar. They focus on you have to pay for the reading. They focus on how much money can I get out of it. They focus on the how does it help me aspect if I help you. That's not what it's about. I those of you who know me know I don't push my services. I don't sit there and go, if you ask me a question, you have to buy a reading. And most of my real content comes from questions, to be honest. It's like you help me continue my service work. So always continue your service work because that's the balance. The way you bring in more energy for spiritual money and value is to do more service work and balance it. Love you all. Grateful for each and every one of you.